Guys, this is your brother Kofi Ali, the leader for the movement of the freedom of ECOWAS. We are in a mess in West Africa. And I want you to give me just 2 or 3 minutes of your time, your very precious, important time, so that we can talk as brothers, so that we can identify problems and come up with solutions. At this point, as I talk to you, there is a serious hype, a serious sentiment, a serious social media movement bringing trouble to West Africa. And if we are not careful, this thing, even if one person loses his life because of this problem, posterity will never forgive us. It all started with one man, a man I think is an imbecile. This man is a migrant from Nigeria into Ghana. This man, who came to Ghana some years ago, settled down in Ghana in the name of the ECOWAS, supposed to return back to his Nigeria after 3 months, according to the current law of the ECOWAS, free movements of people, goods, and capital. That is what the treaty said. 3 months in each other's country. And we have a duty to decide whether it will continue to be 3 months or forever. This man in Ghana did not go there as is there illegally, because when you overstay 3 months, you are there illegally. He also had the audacity to acquire property in terms of land. Some poor people sold land for him. Nobody knew. It happened so many years ago. He married a female Ghanaian. We, so far, do not have a formal confirmation that this man has naturalized because he's married to a Ghanaian. But married or not, he said he acquired a land and identified himself as an Igbo man. So he's in Ghana not as a Nigerian, but as an Igbo man who is going to set up a kingdom in Ghana. But the problem is not kingdom or chief or king or whatever. The problem is, he said he's going to have it gated, lock it up. Nobody will go there except Igbo people. There will be Igbo school, Igbo hospital, Igbo nursery, Igbo everything, Igbo language, Igbo police station, Igbo roads. And to me, that is a bit over the top, because that is nothing but segregation. Why Igbo, not all Nigerians? So that you call that a Nigerian community. No, it is going to be Igbo community. And to me, that is tribal. And he want to create Biafra in Ghana, and we are not ready for that. But that is not the issue. In life, everyone was once upon a time a migrant. I don't care about those ones. What he did, that you are going to cause segregation in Ghana, is a problem. In this problem, there are 4 good entities involved, and we have to identify all of them to know who is missing in everything. One of them is missing in action, and we need to point at the one that is missing. First, let us start. There is an informal community in a location. It's a nation, but it's informal, because United Nations don't recognize those Biafrans and those Igbos, but they are a community. In that community, a community is not a person. Igbo is not a person. It's a group of people, and among them, there will be members of the community and the leadership of the community. So you have members of the Biafrans who are also part of the Igbo community, and they have their leaders. So if anything happens, this man is projecting himself as a leader of the Igbo community within and outside Nigeria. That is his business. Then that Igbo community is part of the entity called Nigeria. So formally, what is recognized at the United Nations and within West Africa is not Igbo. What is recognized is Nigeria. Nigeria is not a person, it's an abstract like the Igbo nation. It's an organization, association, community of people that have members and leadership. So the leadership act on behalf of the people and they speak and do everything for the people. So anyone who is living Nigeria hold Nigerian passport issued by the Nigerian government. Then we have something called an entity called Ghana. Ghana, like Nigeria, is also an independent entity. This entity called Ghana is not a person, it's a group, a community, association of people. And in that association, there are human beings and there are leadership. So the leaders act on behalf of the members, just as the Nigerian authority act on behalf of the people who are citizens of Nigeria officially. Good. Everybody is there. Then you have something called the ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, which is a legal entity. It's a community, it's an organization, it's an institution, just like Ghana and Nigeria. But while this Igbo, Biafra is inside Nigeria, Yoruba inside Nigeria, Hausa is so are Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali inside the ECOWAS. So, and ECOWAS is made up of people and it has its own leadership. So, when this imposter in Ghana, who is a migrant from Nigeria, Igbo, but he came to identify himself in Ghana as an Igbo man that is going to defend the interests of Igbo, setting up a kingdom for them in Ghana. The citizens of Ghana became highly concerned that this is unacceptable because it's segregation, it's tribal bigotry, and it's separation. This is apartheid of a sort. And so they are not accepting it. When the Ghanaians started their noise, that they will do something about this man. Some were confused that no, the attack is all Nigerian. Some said no, it's all Igbo. Either way, there is a problem. So the Ghanaian authority decided to act because somebody who is a Ghanaian, Hassan Yerga, called on the authority to act before things get out of hand. And they invited the Igbo man, the BNI. When they invited the Igbo man, before he will go, remember, he's a Nigerian. So the Nigerian High Commission also stepped up with its lawyers to go with this man to see what will happen to him in Ghana. So the state of Ghana, the leadership of Ghana has started acting on behalf of their people. I'm sure some Igbo people will start running up and down, but what we know is that this man in Ghana is not an Igbo man, he's a Nigerian. So the Nigerians also got up. And I have no doubt the Nigerian government is busy looking for a way to calm things down. Ghana government is working hard to calm things down, but there's one entity missing. The imbeciles at the level of the ECOWAS Commission. Have you heard one of them come out? People will pay the president of the ECOWAS Commission. Some of us believe he get a salary of $7,000 every month. If there is an issue, anytime a problem raises head, my brothers, it is an opportunity for those who care to get up, at least show your face and stand for something. If a woman doesn't show herself as a wife, will the husband call her my wife? If children are not behaving as children and adults are there, then the children will know them as our leaders. And then the leaders must do what they have to do for the children to know them. This is where ECOWAS is missing. In the middle of this, the Nigerians and the Ghanaians are all citizens of ECOWAS. It was not Ghana that said all ECOWAS citizens must come in. It was not Nigeria that said all Nigerian citizens are free to go to other West African countries. It was ECOWAS. And the Commission of ECOWAS is supposed to be seen in the middle of this to say we are part of this problem. And we want to see how all parties sit down and we have a sensible discussion and find a permanent solution to this thing. In 1972, when Ghanaians repatriated those they identified as Nigerians for insecurity and for economic reasons, there was on record, it caused so many pain and hardship. So many people lost their family and properties. And at that time, then in 1982, Shagari time, the Nigerians at that time, ECOWAS was formed. So it was after the formation of ECOWAS, Nigerians did the same thing, that Nigeria is unsafe and it's because of Ghanaians, so they must go. Tit for tat, isn't it? Today. The stupidity we did all in the past, we are repeating. So what our ancestors did, right or wrong, what lesson have we learned from it? The question is, today, ECOWAS at 50. Where is ECOWAS in the middle of the problem of West Africans? Or ECOWAS is telling us, the commission, because when you say ECOWAS, it's not Mother Bio. Mother Bio's business has no business in this problem. His problem is to manage Sierra Leone. He's the president of Sierra Leone. This is not the work of the chairman of ECOWAS. The full-time job of the commission and the commissioners is this one. But we know the weakness of the commission. We know what is. Do you know that as I talk to you, the ECOWAS commission is organizing a party that they are launching a book. ECOWAS at 50 and the future. And the day I watched this thing, I say, no, we need to free our ECOWAS. Actually, European Union is funding the event and they are having a party in Abuja. If one ECOWAS, so if you cannot defend and stand up for ECOWAS citizens within West Africa, can you stand for ECOWAS citizens in China? Then what is the purpose of this ECOWAS? I have heard on countless occasions that ECOWAS is not meant to serve any purpose. It's useless. I have heard it. People insult me when I call myself, we are going to save our ECOWAS. ECOWAS has a purpose. Let us give it a purpose. But there are people hiding in Abuja, collecting big money, while our children carry things in the marketplace. Why insecurity and poverty is ravaging the whole of West Africa? Why somebody like Captain Traore, that non-entity, has to take a gun and take over the business of government? All is ECOWAS. And when we talk about ECOWAS, some imbeciles will be telling us the president. It's not the president. It comes to the presidents are not there to manage ECOWAS. It's the commission of the ECOWAS. We told you the problem is we all need to get up until we stop ECOWAS from being an ECOWAS of imbeciles, economic community of West African imbeciles. We pay tax to the ECOWAS. So we shouldn't sit down. What we need, we told you, is legislative law of the ECOWAS. ECOWAS is supposed to be printing her own money. If one person, let us see somebody in the name of ECOWAS on television, radio, make it public, then these people will start realizing that they have something in common. Nigerians, when Nigerians are travel across West Africa, they don't need visa. Just pick your pack and cross the border and then melt into the informal sector. Finish. You can be selling whatever you are selling in some places. They collect money from you, in some places they ignore you. There are more ECOWAS citizens and Nigerians across West Africa than anywhere in the world. Across West Africa than the whole world put together, you'll be shocked. The reason is very simple. The reason is they don't want to go to other places. Nigerians go through hell. And by ECOWAS treaty, everybody in ECOWAS is free to travel. Free. Just go to where you want to go to, but you only have 90 days, as I explained. We want to change it to permanent residence, free live and work. But to do that, we need legislation. Legislative law is what will make us do that. And it's a movement that we need to correct. So far, they said the wages of sin is death. I cannot doubt that this demonstration that is coming on in Ghana on the 19th of July, there will be some unfortunate victims. And you do not expect Ghana government to be shooting Ghanaians to protect Nigerians. In as much as we say there's law and order, there will be those who will take the law into their own hands. And there will be victims that the government may not have a chance to go, the law enforcers to go and protect. But there's one thing. The kind of language and the kind of, because we have those who are inciting on social media, they are hyping the situation, provoking, using languages that Nigeria are superior and they are coming to take over Ghana and there's nothing Ghana. Those ones, we know them. Social media allow those kind of people. And we have those who are trying to, let us be careful, let us try. But in between all, the decision of those up there will make a difference to those who are down there. There will be victims. ECOWAS is supposed to come and let us know. ECOWAS must not sit down and think somebody is doing the work of the commission for her. The commission must be seen in front, on the middle of this, calling the Nigerians, especially they should be in Ghana by now. If there is any representative of ECOWAS in Ghana by now, he should be seen in public radio station, TV station, telling us how he's making sure ECOWAS citizens live in harmony. Listen to all sides, talk to them. There are people who are willing to go on media, explain things. But if you don't, and one person loses his life, we will blame the commission for this, and we shall never forgive the ECOWAS commission. No one must lose his property or lose even when they are in Ghana illegally. They are there illegally because the ECOWAS refused to do the right thing. And you can't sit there and pretend you are not responsible. You are. One man, whether it's a Ghanaian or Nigerian, lose his life, ECOWAS will be responsible. Nigerian government is not responsible for ECOWAS. This is not bilateral relationship between Ghana and Nigeria. We are not brothers. Everyone who is in Ghana in the name of ECOWAS is there, and the responsibility of ECOWAS. The countries are only there. If a Ghanaian is in Nigeria, it's the responsibility of ECOWAS. Yes, we need to put ECOWAS in the middle of our life. If we want that monster, that imbecile, whoever is managing the ECOWAS, Aliu Toure, if you want them to wake up, we must tell them we are not stupid. Please go to your comment section. The demonstration will come up, and you can see how bad people have infiltrated the demonstration. Why some people are saying Igbo kingdom must end, must stop. Some are writing Nigeria must go. You see, cowards hide behind the crowd to show they are evil and they are cowardice. You hear them talk, and some are just idiots. If there's no sensible people to come from the ECOWAS commission to come and talk for people to see that effort is being made for all, then how are we calling brother what? Pan-African brother? You are sick. Go to the comment section and let me know what you want. What do you think? Do you think we can make ECOWAS better, and we have to take ECOWAS on and blame ECOWAS for everything that happened, and specifically Aliu Toure, the president of the ECOWAS commission, because he was given the job? He said he can do it. Let us marshal our energy and let this man know we are not fools. We deserve better for the salary we pay him. $7,000 a month is our widow mite, but it's our blood.